Another day. That I can look forward to things that I could do, I could plan, things that I could think about, things that I could think. Alhamdulillah. A little shaving, mustache shaving. Any progress? Any? See, bro, what the fuck? Shaving, and I was willing to look at. No, but it looks amazing. Yeah, so far I'm good with it. Let's see. What can we learn today? Today, what can we learn today? Well, it isn't a problem when they don't see that on the daily. People, it's a problem when they don't see it on the daily. No limit. if to you a point of view, standing debate, then do you now understand what I'm saying? You don't get my view. I have the same issue too, just like you. But at least I listen. I listen to everything you say. At some point, I won't be indulged by what you say. Start speaking about me, no, for me, because most people don't. They are aware when they started speaking, but when they start speaking for me, yeah, I mean, people, it isn't a problem when they don't see it on the daily. To you, you never get to. So what are we doing? What are we doing? Premise of our conversation. Most of the time, it should be about something, right? Mom, I've been waiting my whole life.
How do you feel while doing this?
A lot of adrenaline. I love it. That's kind of why I do it, you know.
No. Was there an event in your life where the financial stress was like, this is what I'm going to do?
I'm already booked that comparison.
Would you guys say this is every night?
Yep, I do it almost every night.
What can you stand to make in a week doing this?
25K.
Now, sometimes you guys stop this.
Yeah. go grab a car or whatever anywhere, pull it up on the tracks. You want to put like the hazards or something on so the train will see it farther back. Hands graphics. I was kind of fancy. I have to look into that one.
The big question is, who pays? Well, in the long run, most likely insurance companies, which means you and I.
When I imagine train robberies, I think back to the Wild West days when rugged outlaws like Jesse James and Butch Cassidy would assemble a posse, then ride in on horseback to storm a train, execute their heist, and get away with the loot. And I would have told you that these train robberies were a thing of the past. That was until I got word that the business of train heist is alive and well. And in Bakersfield, California, where our episode takes place, these robberies can occur on a nightly basis. Now, I've made a career out of being fascinated by the mind of an outlaw, and today we meet many of them involved in this train business. We witness these guys live in action, see how they evade law enforcement, and we get a first-hand look at how their underground economy works. This is a world where people drive cars under train tracks to get a train to stop to initiate the heist. To be successful at this, thieves have to avoid the federal agents, local law enforcement, and private detectives that patrol the railways and hunt down organized crime. This, folks, is the modern-day Wild West. Let's dive in. Folks, right here in the video was supposed to be a sponsored ad, but they wanted me to read from a script and do some gas commercial, and I just didn't want to do it. All I want to do is make the best possible videos for you at home to watch. Right now, the Patreon army is at about 1,400 people. Let's get it up to 2,000. That way we...
Ads. Jimmy G with the ads.
The impact theft has on a community is, just look no further than here. I've never seen this before. Celsius is behind a locked glass. You gotta push a button and have an employee come. So if you think theft only impacts the corporations and the big companies, you're wrong. It impacts the little guy with all these little hassles and things we have to go through. Our insurance gets higher. There's a lot of little factors and ripple effects that comes from theft. How bad is it?
Pretty bad. It was to the point that people were still like the Red Bull.
People are stealing Red Bull.
Red Bull.
According to
Red
Hammurabi
Bull.
Code, in severe
Red Bull,
cases,
bro.
that could be punished by either cutting your hand off or by death. So it's something that people have taken very seriously for a long time, but it seems like now more than ever in this current era, it's the most lightly punished it's ever
Been
been.
drinking Red Bull for a while. Until at some point I like it's disgusting. I don't even want it anymore. And it fucks up your body. You can be naturally energetic instead of needing a certain juice to have extra energy. It does impact your well-being. It does change how you behave a little bit.
Maybe it's oranges, maybe it's baby supplies, maybe it's Amazon packages. Who knows? Something important could be on your way to your house, but instead, someone's going to get their grubby paws on it, and you're going to have to get your order reshipped.
Begin tonight with the latest on an attempted train burglary just east of Bakersfield.
Boxes of merchandise from the trains left on the tracks, suspected of being taken from the trains by thieves.
Bakersfield, California.
Bakersfield.
I haven't heard of. Some people call it the armpit of California. It's rough out here. I mean, you have lots of homeless, and if you're a homeless guy with nothing to lose, what is it to you to try and take some things off a train and sell it? So clearly, something has gone down.
I saw San Francisco was worse, but Bakersfield is
And my
terrible.
first impression of this operation is kind of like a smash and grab. This was going out to Washington to a lady named Debbie. And this is going out to Gene in Washington. So a lot of people on the West Coast were looking for important shit. Who knows if a kid has a birthday coming up? And also, how much of this theft is wasted? Like, what can a person really do with a precision egg cooker? How much can you resell that for? I would guess they're looking for electronics, chargers, computers, video cameras. I don't know. If I had to choose between doing this and running into a Best Buy, I would choose the Best Buy all day. This, to me, seems like just one of the more dirty and messy ways to make some sort of income. No one's turning into Jeff Bezos off of this. So earlier we were wondering what percent of the
Who
thieves
knows?
are homeless versus professionals. And this is a right next to all the action. I mean, just by the disorganized look of the scene, I would guess this is more of a homeless than a professional job.
Well, hey, I don't know nothing about it. It's not my business. This is my business.
It's crazy, right? I feel like you feel like the boxes and shit everywhere.
Yeah.
They don't really do it right here anymore.
People are getting busted for it.
Well,
Mine's looking at deportation. If they caught you on the train grabbing something, they could bust you. But once you left the train, they can't even do anything about it.
We're suited up right now during what's prime time train hours, which is from now about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock till 2 a.m. I guess from the clues that we've been getting, we're dealing with more of an addict homeless situation and like sketchy characters on the fringes. What percent of people in this game would you say are homeless versus professional?
About 70% are homeless, to be honest with you.
How long have you been doing this
70%
for?
is crazy.
I've probably going on like 3 or 4 years now.
And how many missions over those 3 or 4 years?
Quite a bit. Probably too many to count, to be honest. It's we just drive around, you know, that's kind of what we do around here is we just drive around, and then if we see a train stop, we'll call everybody and be like, hey, yo, this is where we're at.
What are some of the things you have to be aware of in doing a mission? Like, how do you plan this out?
Honestly, there's not really much planning behind it. It's you see it, you go, you know, and then jump on it right away because it's become on time limit. You know, it's how long is it gonna take for this person to take off, or you know, when the cops gonna show up.
Is security getting heavier and heavier now that this is becoming more of a common thing?
I would say so, yeah. They've started parking trucks and security guards around where the trains stop and things like that. Back in the day, you know, you wouldn't have none of that. You just be there and open shit up, and you'll be there for like 2-3 hours or something like that, you know.
Now, sometimes you guys stop the trains.
Yeah, go grab a car or whatever anywhere, pull it up on the tracks. You kind of like heisting it on top of the tracks, you know. Most of the time you want to put like the hazards or something on so the train will see it farther back.
How much money can you stand to make on a mission?
I've made about $5,000.
Not knowing when a train might roll through,
$5
we
grand
gave
is
Dimanta
crazy.
a GoPro and told him to record a mission so we could see how it all goes
$5
down.
grand.
Here's
How the fuck is stealing boxes from trains? Okay. Mm-mm.
I'll see if I can see it with a lot with popping because I'll have the full covers on it. A lot of adrenaline, just pumping, you know, it's a crazy feeling. I love it. That's kind of why I do it, you know, it's exciting and just fun to do.
We separated from E-Money and set out on our own to patrol the tracks. Our goal was to be in position and near the action if a train robbery was going to happen that night. Here's what went down.
At least 2 different crews are doing their inventory right now, seeing what's on the inside, and from what we understand, there's serious consequences for this now in California. California is not as light criminally as they used to be, so we're kind of just waiting to see what they find and see what our next step is. What are you looking for on the trains? What are you hoping to find on the trains?
Anything worth profit. I mean, I've found $100 worth of cards, you know, like little hire cards and stuff like that. 2 or 3 people inside, and we just throw them out. Just start throwing them like this. People on the ground will grab them, and just throw them in the truck. After that, we'll go to a different location.
It was an organized team.
Oh, yeah, it could be anywhere from like 3 to 6 people.
I say, what's up, Camila? How you doing? How you doing? How's your day? How you
Get
doing,
the higgin
Camila?
over here. I like that too. Do I move?
Onder druk groeit focus.
That's nice to hear.
Kracht. Elke dag die grens verleggen om je los te maken van het gemiddelde. En jezelf continu
Oh, by the way, you say I hope we meet one day. Okay, okay, that's nice. Aren't I say aren't you married?
In Japan zien we ruimte als een leeg canvas. Een canvas voor alles wat het leven te bieden heeft. Elektrisch rijden. De weg kwijt.
I would. I hope we meet too. But the reason why I'm asking, aren't you? Whether you are you not married? Because what if? Yeah, I don't want your husband to feel like he got competition.
In de zee van laptops. Wij helpen je bedrijf de perfecte match te vinden.
Or boyfriend.
Catching the action. No. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay, so going on right behind us right now is, that's law enforcement right there. Hey, the cops are right there. Hey, the sheriff's right there. Hey. What the?
Holy shit, we should go.
Should we get back in the car?
Yeah, go.
Miguel,
Miguel.
let's get back in the car. What the fuck was that, dude? Holy shit!
So you might be wondering why we were running back to the car. Keep in mind, we had just seen the sheriff, and what we weren't sure of in that moment was what were the legal ramifications even being near a train robbery. As you can imagine, robbing a train is a big federal crime. Under the U.S. Code's Title 18, Section 1991, anyone who assaults, robs, or attempts to rob a train can face serious prison time, up to 20 years. It's considered an act of theft on interstate commerce, which of course makes it the business of the feds.
He basically said, are you guys the cops? We said no. Then he starts opening it up and just going ham. Then a sheriff drives by, and then it just lurches. Okay, so obviously there is no place for stealing. I'm not advocating it. But the adrenaline rush of just being by the action, I can see why these guys are addicted just to the thrill of the job. That was insane, wasn't it?
But what if you're not robbing the train? You're like us, near it. If you are caught trespassing within a certain distance of train tracks, you could still be committing a crime. We filmed this in California, and doing some research into this, it looks like California laws make it a misdemeanor to trespass within 20 feet of the tracks. This can land you up to 1 year in county jail. Luckily, we filmed this entire episode within 21 feet or further from the tracks.
So what if, someone's ordering baby formula and baby bottle and it doesn't get there on time? Like, what about the impact of it?
Agreed. The way I look at it is if you're ordering it off of Amazon or online somewhere, like, not in too much to get it. You gotta wait to, even if you get to the next day shipping, you're still waiting that time to get it, so.
I guess what stands out to me is the outright lawlessness. I think if people in other countries watching this, seeing this happen in the United States, I think it would blow their minds. To think that a sheriff would drive by as you're blatantly stealing packages from a train, which is a federal offense, and that he just keeps going on with his day. Where else does that happen? It's Keegan's birthday today, so happy birthday, Keegan. Write in the comments, happy birthday, Keegan. No better way to celebrate a birthday than by chasing down train thieves and 2 minutes before Googling whether it's a felony or misdemeanor.
It's stupid. Oh, sorry. 9 is also in the chat. What's up, 9? How you doing? And hi, Cherry. Yeah, I forgot. It's Carrie, right? I saw Carrie.
Hint graphic.
But I thought. Wait. Am I confusing myself? I thought 9 knew Camila, but it's not the case. You guys don't know each other.
Wrapping paper or something?
Am I tripping?
It's an interesting art.
I thought you and Camila were like related or something.
This time, but had to get out of there. The train
I
started
thought you guys knew each other.
No, especially when they're like switching conductors like that.
So how would you rate the haul overall?
This one's
But I was wrong.
together right there,
Apparently.
150. Maybe.
I saw a sheriff look at.
Anyways, how's your day, Cherry? And Carrie.
Sheriff's out here. The little law enforcement don't really give a shit. It seems like they're scared. They're scared of it.
If caught, what's the penalty?
I don't know. It's probably a good 2 years.
Yeah, she says sue. Okay, sue.
So it's very
Yeah, but about that, yes, my team won. So I guess yeah, it feels good. It feels good.
Whenever you get the call, you gotta hurry up and get there. 90% of it, to be honest with you.
Talking to this guy got me wondering
Oh shit.
how many stolen
My
goods are
bad.
floating
I
around
was
on places like Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp.
I can show you what I was doing. I can show you what I was doing
Felony or misdemeanor.
at the moment. See. These guys were basically stealing packages.
Hands graphics. That looks kind of fancy. I have to look into that.
I'm not recommending you to do this, but yeah.
Some cream, Jack.
That is what I'm doing at the moment.
Some
You say bye, bro. Okay.
kitchen stuff. Was that wrapping paper or something? It's an interesting one.
But how's your day? How's your day, man?
Ooh, a nice little bag. Started. Didn't get too many this time, but had to get out of there. The train started moving. No, especially when they're like switching conductors like that.
So how would you rate the haul overall?
This one's one of the lower end ones. Altogether right there, probably 150, maybe.
I saw a sheriff look at someone stealing and kept driving.
Yeah, sheriffs out here, the little law enforcement don't really give a shit. It seems like they're scared. They're scared of it.
If caught, what's the penalty?
I don't know. It's probably a good 2 years or so. To find a good case for sure. It's fair.
It's very spur of the moment. It went from nothing's gonna go down tonight to 2-minute notice just happened.
Yes, and that's how it goes. Whenever you get the call, you gotta hurry up and get there. 90% of it, to be honest with you.
Talking to this guy got me wondering how many stolen goods are floating around on places like Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp. I mean, how many people completely unaware are furnishing their homes, buying gifts for their kids, even getting school supplies like laptops and calculators without realizing that we too are participating in the underground economy. One of the train robbers told me like this straight out: if it's a brand new item listed at 50% of retail or less, or an item missing its original packaging, chances are it's stolen. It made me wonder what percent of goods on a site like Facebook Marketplace are lifted items. One day, when I interview Mark Zuckerberg, I will ask him for his take on this. But for now, it's wild to think that any one of us could have something in our homes that we use on a daily basis that was stolen in a train heist. Would you consider yourself to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
What's your
Get rid of the boxes,
You're stealing
honestly.
other people's stuff, and then you're saying that you are an entrepreneur. How is that even possible?
Yeah, we had somebody, where we stopped. They were on the other side of the fence. I think got some property or something, and they said they were calling the cops, and we hear it all the time, So we push on for a little bit, and this time the cops, they showed up pretty fast, and so they show up, and we all just dip down. You gotta get low and just gone, dude.
Last night, a train robber approached us in an off-camera meeting and told us about his operation. He had stash houses, getaway drivers, and lookouts stationed in the mountains. So the next morning, we spent the day tracking the trains through the mountains, trying to see it from a train robber's point of view. Behind me is another train going towards Bakersfield. We're gonna see if we can link up with the guys that are gonna hit this train. This is some modern day rodeo shit. And at nightfall, we returned to the towns of Bakersfield and Oildale to see yet another train robbery. But first, we had to talk to the locals and see what they thought about this. Are you aware that most nights when the train stops, people just descend on the trains and just take everything they can out of it?
I know that happened, but don't know if it happens here.
And I don't know if you saw the boxes that are on the side of the road.
No, I haven't seen him.
But what do you think about that?
I think it's horrible.
You're going to catch somebody robbing a train.
Now, here's something that's going to blow your mind. We saw it last night. A sheriff drove right by as a guy was opening up the train and taking boxes, and he just kept driving by.
Wow.
What do you think about that?
Maybe he didn't see it? I mean, how could you not see it?
I mean, we get people come in here all the time who steal, and they just walk up, grab and walk out, not even care.
There's a bunch of criminals here. There is, especially in Oildale. There are. Yeah, you have to be very careful. We have cameras in my house. I mean, we take all precautions. They just stole our mailbox not long ago.
You got your
Our
Mailbox?
community mailbox, yeah.
It's crazy.
So that's my husband.
Hello, how you doing? Sir, I hear you're missing a mailbox.
Yes, sir, I am. And yeah, there's a lot of thieving going on around these neighborhoods.
Are you aware that the trains get hit regularly?
Yeah, I heard all about that, yeah.
What do you think about it?
I think it's a bunch of bull. Yeah, that's not even right. They should have more security on those trains than what they do. Yeah, I don't understand how they can get in those trains so easy and take all the stuff off of them without anybody noticing.
No, folks, this is romance right here. Sir, what did you just do? You handed her what?
Ruffles, potato chips.
And it's not even Valentine's Day, huh?
We love each other, though.
That's amazing. That's dope. That's dope.
Congratulations. All right, guys, stay safe. Have a good night.
There's still love in there, even when people are trying to go bad. You know, aside of that, there's still love.
No plane moves like that.
You see some old couples bringing each other some snacks.
Their center of
That's dope.
rotation is 100% around the. Yeah.
That the youngsters cannot find love. It doesn't mean that the old heads cannot figure it out.
So here we go. Here's some of the fragments of what remains from last night. They obviously cleared it out. They have some sort of system. Whole Foods, Amazon returns. So yeah, Amazon lost out last night. So now our job for the rest of the night is, one, talk to the guys that have their hands in this and get more of the story from them. Two, see if there's another mission, which chances are there will be. It just is, will we be in the right place at the right time when it goes down?
Today, Polestar released. Tell us what you saw.
I'd never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything move like it. Did it come from the stars? I don't know, but it had one on it.
Waarom al die frustratie, al die chaos, al die complexiteit? Vraag niet waarom, maar vraag het wax.
So they go through here, another hole, tracks.
See where the trains are right there.
So this is a popular place in the city where the train gets hit.
This whole road, there's like 10 cents.
This doesn't get fixed.
Because it's not the train's property, it's the train federal property, it's somebody else's property. They come in yellow totes, and a lot of the stuff does, it comes in, like those trains right there, they're just stacked with yellow totes of, like, I would say, like, all kinds of shit, 99-cent store type stuff.
So how many main spots throughout the city would you say get hit?
Anywhere along the tracks, really.
The last spot we were at, helicopter was circling. You think that's preventative on the police's part?
Yeah, it helps, because the guys know that the cops got the helicopters got the flare, so they can see them, even if they don't have the right on. So that helps. You gotta, like, penalize these people for this shit. They gotta, like, actually go to jail, and instead of breaking and stealing shit and going to jail and getting let out the next day. And then they just let them stack up their cases, and they keep getting busted, and then eventually, yeah, they throw them in jail, but they don't do long enough, and people aren't gonna learn, and nobody wants to work, they want to lie really easy. It's all fun and games until it happens to you, right?
So just another example of sloppy thieving. People want to have sympathy, And I get it. Like, if someone's down on their luck and they fall back on rent, that's one thing. But when you just want to turn the entire city into your own trash can, that's where I draw the line. Would you say you have any economic stressors in your life?
Well, my motto is everything's a hustle since
To get into some of these things, like, did it come from economic struggle where, like, hey, I gotta pay a bill, so I'm gonna try something new? Or, like, how did you even get into this world?
Yeah, I didn't do some of the smarter stuff, do a lot of dumb shit, I guess I kind of fell.
I think it's similar like 1990s,
We got connected to a local named
1990s and
Tweet.
stuff,
He was going to be going on a train job later that night, so I asked him about how he evades law
or
enforcement and
70s.
how he prepares for a mission. Here's what he said. You just got out of jail? What was that?
It was like 2 days ago.
And what'd you get hit for?
I just got my probation once, shit, I've been running around doing dumb shit all the time. Not going court, get on court shit, so.
So how often do you do the train business?
I don't really do it too much anymore, like I was, because that's how I support my things, you know, the federal marshals out there, they're cracking down on it, they
Federal marshals out there?
they've been seen out there, I've seen personally on flies, federal marshals out sitting out there, going and doing sweeps out there, they're picking up people, doing Gaylord, you know, three cars linked to the road time with the pepper ball guns and shit in the cars, riding down the next to the train, so when the train stops, they're driving up and down it the whole time as it stops, patrolling it, so. And you can go further from the railroad, like skim to the tracks, or the little C trains that take you out of course. But
what do you got?
That's the standard.
Do you actually use that?
Yeah, that's what's best way to have it. Just me, I won't get caught with them and toss it out before they catch up to me.
It's just amazing what drugs will make someone do. And it just
Adna Sabik.
for like all this stolen stuff is just going to a cycle that gets deeper and deeper. Like, it's not like, oh, if I hit enough trains, then I'll be able to move on to something else. It doesn't have the same glamour as the outlaw cowboys back in the day hitting trains. This will be our last night out in the trains. We'll see what we run. We realized that the trains had just been hit right before we got there, so we got to approach the crews on the ground to see what the next step in their business process was. In the background right now, there's guys just going through boxes. And again, as we came here, look at that, that's a sheriff right there. I don't know how obvious that is from the road. Seen pretty heavy police activity through here, and right in the back there's a crew going through fresh boxes. So I don't know if there's another train coming or if we just kind of missed it and we're seeing the aftermath. But either way, it's kind of like piranhas on a fresh piece of meat. So you guys enjoy it? Is it a good haul? These yellow bags are from the train? Yeah. You were the guy we saw 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Did you get hurt? Because the train like lurched.
No, I always jump off like that, man.
We've seen like 2 or 3 sheriffs drive by. They just don't give a shit, do they?
The minute, if it would have been like a buzz or something, they would probably call me up,
You may hear me mention a few times expressing shock that the sheriffs did nothing but just drove by. But there may be an explanation for this. One of the train robbers told me that because the tracks are federal jurisdiction, the local PD has a tough time building cases that stick on these guys. Not sure if that is all true, but more on that later. I have an arrest story coming for you guys in just a couple minutes. Would you guys say this is every night?
Yep. Bakersfield, east side of Bakersfield, you know what I mean? That's where I'm from. Trying to get $1 out of 15 cents. Yeah, that's it, man. We just trying to eat.
Big dogs gotta eat.
I already got everything packed up, ready to go.
Big dogs gotta eat.
Man, you gotta get the ride ready to go. Get up out of here. Just go make this money now, man. Probably won't happen till the morning, but shit, it's gonna happen. And we eat steak for dinner.
What got you into this business?
My boy right there. My boy, he a beast at this, but my buddy out there in the mountains, he got rolled up off by Pinkerton. They arrested him, he found his truck and everything.
So Pinkerton's really serious.
Oh yeah, Pinkerton is the ones that, they'll get you. Pinkerton is the ones that, they're the OGs, you know what I mean?
Let's bring you up
up to speed on the infamous Pinkerton Detective Agency. This 170-year-old firm has been cracking down on criminal plots since the 1850s. Their claims to fame include foiling an early assassination attempt on Abraham Lincoln, making outlaw Butch Cassidy and his guys flee to South America to avoid being caught by them, and that in the 1890s, with over 32,000 guys on staff, they boasted more manpower than the entire U.S. Army.
So what kind of job satisfaction do you have? Do you feel like you're caught in a cycle?
Now, yeah. So, I mean, if I stop, I would, I'll leave. I probably would leave. So, you really can't stop me, you know what I mean? You can make a good payday, you can make a real good payday. But, I mean, unless you're willing to shut down shop and stop doing what you're doing, then it's going to keep going, be a cycle, keep on going, keep on going. People are going to hear about it, you're going to get more people out here. But, I mean, you tend to wean down the people that are built for it, the people that aren't. You know what I mean? Like, it's a waiting game. It's a hit and a miss. You never know when you're going to hit. But when you do hit, you can hit pretty fast. You look good. You look good.
What can you stand to make in a week, James?
I've made up to close to 25K. Maybe as low as a couple hundred bucks. It just all depends on what you find.
Was there an event in your life, or like a financial stressor that said, this is what I'm going to do?
An old lady broke her neck in a car accident. She severed her C4 all the way down to C7.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was paralyzed. She couldn't walk. I lost my job. I had to take her to the doctor. All her doctor visits, we had to teach her how to walk again.
What kind of job were you working before?
Oh, I had a great job. I was working agriculture. I had a company truck. I was making about 75K a year. I had a real good job.
You quit that to do this?
I get it. Some of them, you know, they have to, they have to go, they have to be criminals. They have to be criminals so that they could feed their family. It's understandable, you know. Just like some of you guys, you know, who are willing to, you know, talk shit to other people's. You have to figure something in your life so that, you know, I mean, you have to find something to do. And talk shit about others is the only way to, I guess, make a living. You won't get anything. You won't get compensated. You won't get paid for it. But yeah, you know, this is your job. I understand it. It's just similar to what thieves are doing. You know, you have to go bad so that you can make some living. It's stupid, man.
He completed a train mission and went to his safe house, where he was then tracked down by a police helicopter and swarmed by 12 sheriff's vehicles. He was arrested.
You have to be a troll so that people can acknowledge you.
However, he said that due to
stupid.
what seems to be a
Find something in your life to do. You know, find something that makes you happy. And if that is what making you happy, then continue doing what you do.
Local police not having jurisdiction holds any water.
Be a troll. Be a sinister motherfucker. Excuse my language.
I guess most crime seems to be indicative of someone being stuck in a cycle. And anytime you're stuck, you're not free. So it's just sad. Like, even though they're doing
it's sad though, yeah.
Packages, I still feel bad for these people.
I want to sympathize on certain people's, you know, but at the same time, I actually do. I understand it. You know, you got a tough time in your life. You know, I don't know, whatever you got going on in life, and it's just. I mean, you cannot figure anything that's you are discontented. You know what I mean? And you're just not pleased by the things that you're doing in life. So making other people's lives shitty is the only way out for you to feel pleased. And I feel sad for you. I sympathize, you know, but at the same time, what can I do about it? You know, I'm just a human being. I hope you I hope you get pleased by talking shit about other people's. That goes to you, Adna. Have a nice day.
This is not a life that anyone would envy. There's nothing glamorous. There's nothing cool. Because I think at the end of the day, you want to have an impact in the world that's positive. Everyone wants that. This is not something that you can rest easy doing. At least I don't think so. All right, folks, that was an inside look into the business of train robberies and theft. This was a wild ride.
It was an
As
interesting
always,
video.
I appreciate you joining me. I had the
I
best job in
enjoyed
the
it.
world. It's only possible because you
And
guys
if
tune
you are
in. My final
discontented,
message:
find something to do.
you can either build a positive cycle or
I
you can build
promise
a
you,
negative cycle.
you have
You
some
pick which
fun.
way to go.
Ton of things in the world to do. Why the fuck should I get hurted by some little fly's opinion? That's what I view you, a fly.
Leer je slimmer. Perfect afgestemd op jouw leven. Net als Sven, Iris en Cindy. NTI maakt erkende opleidingen haalbaar en betaalbaar. Klaar voor jouw slimme start? NTI.
What's up, Rosie? How you doing? Hey, yo, Australian hackers is New Zealand. It's New Zealand. Okay. Why am I loving this shit, man? Look at this.
Oh, there's women too.
I love it though. I love it. I fucking love it.
Obviously. Make New Zealand great again. I love those shirts. Raising fathers to save our children. Amen. Amen. Shout out to Brian Tamaki. So later on, there was a drag queen story hours, and you know what type of books they have over there, right? We post a lot of videos regarding those books. Evil. Raising fathers to save our children. I love that. Why are they blocking them? because they know what type of books they have up there. Drag Queen Story Hours. Uh oh. Make New Zealand great again.
Wow! Hey yo, people gonna hate this, but hey, I love it. I'm enjoying the fuck out of this. This is raising fathers to raise our children, most definitely. I go there, I say, let's do it. Let's do it. A day. Hey yo, this is so. Hey, fathers don't exist anymore. I'm like, come on, bro. What the fuck? Come on, bro. What are we doing?
We came out to
What is a mother without a father? What is a child without a mother and a father? Nothing.
multiple genders. There is only two genders. There's no procreation without it. We came to talk about that. Yeah, unfortunately, they don't want to hear a message that's logical. That if you have a confusion about your gender, that's okay. Just do that in your own home.
Man
Don't
up.
come into a public space that belongs to all people, and that's what we believe. Libraries, schools, community centres, hubs, CABs, doesn't matter what it is, that it's a public space that should be free for all people. There should be no priority to any one conversation.
Hey, you have to protect what you love, and they are standing up for their culture. I'm with that, and I love those shirts. Raising fathers to
To
save
save
our
our
children.
children.
You let me know what you think about this in the comment section. God bless you and your family. Catch you
God
on the
bless
next
you
one.
too, man. That's good. Good content. That's so fucking good. This is great. You it wants to sleep with you. And not, but why do people have to always people they know better advices on what you need to do in life instead.
Hele jaar ook hard gewerkt en dan wil ik er even uit. Ik wil gewoon zorgeloos voor de beste prijs naar de.
I didn't really believe there was such a thing as Trump derangement syndrome. Hatred of Donald Trump so intense that it impairs people's
Trump
judgment.
derangement syndrome. That's crazy.
Low income now, but I work 40 years and pay. This cannot continue happening. So, yes, I want to talk to the city manager when everything is over. Thank you.
Chris Cluey, 15-year HB resident. I'm here to speak out against both the plaque and the current city council. As the community made clear at the Library Commission meeting last Tuesday, everyone is in favor of a plaque to celebrate the library, but the vast majority are against including a MAGA acrostic. Okay? Unfortunately, it's clear that this council does not listen, so instead I'm going to take my time to say what MAGA has stood for these past 3 weeks. MAGA stands for trying to erase trans people from existence. And racism. MAGA stands for censorship and book bans. MAGA stands for firing air traffic controllers while planes are crashing. MAGA stands for firing the people overseeing our nuclear arsenal. MAGA stands for firing military veterans and those serving them at the VA. Veteran suicide. To education. unmistakably anti-democracy, and most importantly, MAGA is explicit with a red hat. That is what it is. Bruh. I will now engage in the time-honored American tradition of peaceful civil disobedience. Get the heck. Get out.
They took him down. They took him down.
Yeah, we're gonna take a 5-minute recess.
They took him down.
Don't do drugs. If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help.
Where's Hunter?
Yeah, get him out. Get him the hell out of here. Get him out of here. Get out.
You should be ashamed of yourself. It's hard to believe that's real. It is real.
An insurrection. Call it what it is.
You are the biggest loser in the world.
Catch me outside. How about?
Okay, that's a little bit. You know, I don't stand for that. I don't stand for calling each other stupid, dumb, idiots, deranged, or whatever. No.
Gratis en snelle bezorging op
You cannot always have everything in the world, you know.
Amazon Prime heeft het voor $4,99 per maand.
In a world full of idiocracy.
International community forgotten about the civil war in Cameroon.
Cameroon.
For over a decade, a brutal conflict has raged between English-speaking separatists and the French-speaking central government that's left thousands dead and over 500,000 displaced. And yet, the issue remains ignored. There's barely any political interest, even from the Security Council, and virtually no media coverage. So, what exactly lies behind the issue? And why has this devastating conflict been all but forgotten by the rest of the world? Hello and welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name is James Kerr-Lindsay, and here I take an informed look at international relations, conflict, security, and conflicts receive global attention, and yet others pass almost unnoticed. In truth, it can depend on a variety of economic, political, and strategic factors. Often it comes down to great power interests.
Like
Even
Trump.
with a global reach, they tend to focus on areas with specific significance, such as strategic allies or valuable natural resources. Conversely, regions with little economic or military value are often overlooked. Likewise, the media also plays a part. Western news sources, which still dominate global coverage, usually focus on issues involving the United States or European countries, ignoring situations, even major ones, that don't have an immediate direct relevance. Tied to this, public advocacy is also crucial. A conflict will often gain more traction with an active lobbying campaign, even as far deadlier conflicts pass almost unnoticed. A good example of a woefully neglected conflict is the Anglophone crisis in Cameroon. For almost a decade, this has been one of the deadliest conflicts in Africa, and yet it's received barely any international attention. The Republic of Cameroon straddles the boundary between Central and West Africa. At 475,000 square kilometres, or 180,000 square miles, it has 6 neighbours: Nigeria, Chad, the Central African Republic, Congo, Gabon, and Equatorial Guinea. It also has an Atlantic coastline. Cameroon's population is around 29 million, and it's considered to be one of Africa's most diverse countries, with over 250 ethno-linguistic
20% English speaking
That
and
said, the
80%
country's two
French.
official languages are French and English. However, most Cameroonians are francophone. Around 20% of the population is Anglophone and are located in the country's 2 western regions on the border with Nigeria. And this is the location of the fighting. especially in Africa, have a strong colonial element, it's particularly significant in this case. Although Cameroon has a long and rich history, sitting on a key trade route between South, Central and West Africa, our story begins in the late 19th century when European powers began colonizing the continent. In 1884, the Berlin Conference saw Germany awarded
The crazy thing is, like, Tanzania was actually colonized by German. They should have been speaking German if the Germans were still in, you know what I mean, were still colonizing the East African coast. Yeah, guess who took over? England. England took over, and yeah, now Tanzania are speaking English. But yeah, it's just it's a messed up, you know. I don't know. It's like systemic wars. Just European conquistad, you know what I mean, system. Like you are having it all over in Africa. Algeria, French, because French took over, and Tunisia also similar. Morocco, some parts in Morocco they still speak French. Mm, where else? Egypt. In Egypt's currency is pound. It's till today. It still be called pound. Colonization war, and it's just continuing. And now it's continuing in Cameroon and Gabon. It's basically two African countries who are fighting over. Yeah, I don't know.
Territory known as Cameroon. However, German rule was short-lived. 30 years later, at the start of the First World War, Britain and France invaded the territory, dividing it up between them. While France seized most of the land, Britain took around 20%.
Eventually, French took over Cameroon.
Its largest colony.
It should have been German.
This was confirmed in 1922 when the League of Nations awarded Britain and France the mandate or legal.
There's nothing positive of what I'm talking about. Africa has been colonized for decades, and it's still continuing. Instead of people shifting themselves from all these colonizations, you are having countries like Gabon, Cameroon, all these places still speaking French. I'm like, what? For what reason?
Ethnic links with the Hausa and Fulani across the border in northern Nigeria and the predominantly Christian and animist South Cameroon. This fateful decision.
If I were them, I would just in your own language, you know? Whatever, and there are millions of languages being spoken in Africa, so yet people will still keep on speaking European languages, just like me. I'm speaking English at the moment. It's not that I cannot speak Swahili. I'd rather speak with my mother, you know, because it makes sense if I speak to her, and it's dear, you know, something dear. To you guys, maybe for because you want me to, you want to understand me, then I'll speak the English language because I know how it is. I know how this game of life works. You have to speak English so that you can feel, I don't know, included. And I don't even want to be included. I don't need nobody's approval.
Nigeria. In contrast, the South chose the other option. Fearing they'd be overwhelmed within Nigeria, 70% voted to unite with Cameroon. Following negotiations that many Anglophone Cameroonians still insist were illegitimate, the two parts came together on the 1st of October 1961 in what now became the Federal Republic of Cameroon. At first, it appeared that the Anglophones would be welcomed in the new country. Indeed, several English speakers
And
held
crazy thing
farewells,
is,
including
some people
Prime
will come
Minister.
up on the chat and try to colonize on me with a name like Savage. You are from Europe. You know what your people have been doing, trying to colonize on.
This would all come to a head on the 20th of May 1972 when a referendum abolished the Federation and extended presidential power. From there, things got worse. Now divided into two provinces, the English speaking, especially after the country's second and current president, Paul Biya, took office in 1982. I hope you're finding this useful. If so, please do give it a
It's
like
most
and perhaps
definitely
subscribe
interesting.
if you haven't already. Thanks so much. And now,
Timothy, how you doing,
by
man?
the start of the 1990s, pressure for change was growing. In 1993, several groups came together for the first All Anglophone Conference. Calling for the
How's your day,
restoration
bro?
of the federal constitution, they began trying to highlight their plight more widely on the international stage. But even though the former Prime
I'm
Minister
going good.
joined the campaign,
How about you? Well,
it made little headway.
I'm doing fine. I'm a little bit active than normal days. I'm very. I don't know. I'm jubilant. You know. I can breathe. You know. I have to thank God for that. So yeah, I'm doing well. At the moment, I was just watching some video about some crisis that were going on in Cameroon. I'm not from Cameroon, but I do like Africa, and if I'm talking about Africa, I like every part of Africa, and sometimes I like to educate myself with what's going on at the moment in Africa. And sadly, there is war at the moment in Africa, in Cameroon and Gabon. The reason is territories. That's it. I know it's some negativity, but still, I'm very much in a very good mood.
As a result, when the conference met for its second meeting the following year, the groups announced that if their demands weren't met, they'd begin pressing the case for independence. However, the government,
I was just watching this guy explaining about issues in Cameroon,
it began erasing the last elements of decentralization.
issues what were going on in Cameroon that people aren't even talking about. It's interesting.
Government protests. But while all this succeeded in stopping political unrest by the turn of the millennium,
And you know, I have to give my respect to him. You know, he looks like a guy that is actually from Europe, and yet he's having, you know, his content is about what is happening right now in Africa, and that's amazing. You know, you don't get this every day. You know, I am the person that's supposed to make this content and let people be aware of what is actually going on in Africa. Yet I'm having it from a, let's say, Caucasian guy, and I feel like it's amazing, and I appreciate him for bringing this forth. I didn't know anything what was going on in Cameroon, and yes, it's saddened. I'm saddened a little bit by the news, but at the same time, I feel like it. You need to be wary, right?
Remains strong. It was against this backdrop that tensions re-emerged in late 2016. Followed a series of protests sparked by the growing number of French speakers appointed to teach at the government offices. But as the government launched yet another crackdown on dissent, several armed groups now emerge.
But how's your day, man? How's your day been? Aside of this, you know, I mean, I don't want to bring negativity. This is war. You know, how's your day been? How are you doing? What for interest? What? Tell me something that I don't know. You know what I mean? And make it positive because I'm already watching negativity at the moment.
Situation dramatically escalated on the 1st of October 2017 when several groups declared independence on the anniversary of the creation of the Federal Union. Named after a short-lived 19th century British protectorate of freed slaves that had been created in Ambas Bay, they announced the establishment of the Federal Republic of
You're
Ambazonia.
chilling with your homie. Okay, shout out to you and your and shout out to you both.
However, while most pro-independence groups still wanted a peaceful process, and many others merely wanted a return to federalism or even decentralisation, the central government refused to discuss the issue and instead sent in more troops. But rather than quelling opposition, as had happened before, this just made matters worse. As a result, by mid-2019, the fighting had escalated
You say
dramatically.
you're watching me.
No
Wow.
longer
Okay. Okay.
confined to clashes
That's
between rebel
dope, man. I
groups and the
appreciate. I
government
mean,
forces.
there's not much to see from my, but I appreciate it, man. It makes I don't know. It makes me happy to hear that you guys are watching me, even though I have nothing interesting to talk about. You know, I wish I wish this content was really. I wish I could show you what I'm watching. You know what I mean? I wish we could view this together. I mean, thank you, bro. Thank you. You guys are cool too, man. Thank you for coming in my chat, and thank you for having this conversation, bro. I mean, at least somebody is appreciative of what I'm doing, and I appreciate you for being in the chat. I appreciate you for being here, and
Now increasingly affected. Indeed, estimates suggested that several thousand had already died and many more had been forced to flee their
you and
homes.
your friend, by the way, you and your friend, don't forget that.
Many into neighbouring Nigeria. Meanwhile, as rebels increasingly targeted schools, causing thousands of children to stay at home, violence was also spreading to neighbouring French-speaking areas. As a full-blown civil war became increasingly likely, President
The funny thing is, I thought this was more interesting. I thought this, well, it is interesting, but I don't like war. I'm a pacifist a little bit, so I don't like war. And yeah, I like to. It's about life, you know. It's about people. Sometimes I indulge myself into certain things, but not necessarily because I find it interesting to hear how many people die. No, not that. It's just I need def- if it's news about Africa, most of the times you never get to hear that. So that's why I'm indulging myself into it. But the conversation I'm having with you is way more fun. It's way more dope. I mean, I bet I bet I can learn from you some fun stuff to watch. I bet I can learn from you other things about science, about I don't know places to go, about people, cool people like you, bro. People's like you, you know. You know, so I like you can reference me to anything. Don't. You are always welcome. And thank you for calling me cool. I never view myself as cool, but I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
these include
But like again, I value I value the conversation with you way more than what I'm watching. To be very honest, this is about war, and our conversation is way dope than what I am viewing.
a special status for the Anglophone regions, direct elections for regional governors, and significant infrastructure projects.
And
However,
I feel like that is being missed. That is missing in life. You know, people. It's the conversation that you can have. Direct conversation, dope conversation that you can have with people's. Is that is being missed out in life, and it's sad. But at the same time, you know, it doesn't mean that it should change your character. You just have to view it and look at many perspectives and move on.
while some argued that these were
You say
meaningful
we
steps
appreciate that,
towards autonomy,
bro.
the proposals
We are
felt
homie. We are
martial.
definitely homie, man.
But while reports suggested that the government had opened secret talks with jailed activists a claim it denied, the fighting steadily worsened, sparking ever more atrocities. For example, a
Yeah.
rebel attack.
Hey, it's fun to have people like you who are coming in the chat and are willing to have a conversation. Because before there was a lady. I don't know if you can watch the chat. There was a lady or a dude. I don't know, and the name is Adna. He came in and say hey and say sorry. You have one view. I didn't even had to react on it because I feel like yeah, they are trying to entice a situation instead of actually wanting to have a conversation about hey, how's your day, how are you doing, what are you watching, what can I learn from you. They are talking about views. I'm like, the reason of me making this video is not necessarily to have the views. It's me what I can, it's what I can learn from this, what I can, you know what I mean? And maybe in the near future, I'll get the opportunity to show this to my kids. And then they get to learn from it as well. I mean, it is what it is. You don't have to feel bad. You have to feel bad to how the society is. It's not about the amount of views that we are having. It's what we can unite from, you know what I mean, from the things that we are doing. You know what I mean? What we can do afterwards. What is our next move? Think about that. It's not about me having one or two views or six. I don't care about that.
School in
Like I say, I've been ignoring Adnan, but at the same time, I'm like, hey, understand that there is other things important in life than just worrying about the amount of views that you are having in your channel. You know what I mean? It's like really.
that killed many children was explicitly condemned by the UN Secretary General. Since then, although several efforts have been made to stop the fighting, including a Canadian attempt in 2023, a settlement remains out of reach. While Biya continues to reject calls to restore the federal arrangements, separatist groups have become more entrenched in their calls for independence. Meanwhile, the violence has continued, as both sides now stand accused of numerous human rights abuses, ranging from kidnappings, extortion, and the use of child soldiers by the rebels,
That's
through to
fucked up.
arbitrary arrests, torture.
They are using children to fight a war. There we go again. You say my friends say that you have a girlfriend. Yeah, I have to. You know, I'm a transparent guy, and I have to be very honest. I don't. I don't. But I do get harassed a lot. On my, I do. I have enough mails. Well, almost daily. That's how it feels. About I'm being harassed about from a woman. I don't know who. I don't know if it's. I don't know what age. I don't, from a lady. I don't know who she is, but I'm being harassed, and she just want to get to know me, and I don't want that. At the moment, I feel like I need to focus on what matters the most, and what matters the most is yeah. But I'm being harassed by women instead. So I don't have a girlfriend, but yeah, there are women that are harassing me to, I guess, to have a real. I don't know what they want from me. I don't know, but yes, that's what I'm having. I don't have a girlfriend. Sorry. It's okay, bro. We don't have to. Hey, let's give me the. You know what I mean? Hey, and I hope one day you find you find yourself a nice, loving, you know what I mean, girlfriend but not the one that is actually too clinging onto you. You know what I mean? It's those are crazy. You gotta watch out for them.
And extrajudicial killings by government forces, serious clashes continue. Perspective, over the past 9 years, it's estimated that over 6,000 people have been killed and more than 500,000 have been displaced. In humanitarian assistance in one form or another.
Stay.
You
Liquor back
if you
home.
you know what if you You know what you should do? You should subscribe on my channel, and you get to view it on my community. Because if you go to my page, then you see where I'm from. I can tell you where I'm from, but I feel like it's unnecessary to tell everybody where I'm from. But and definitely, if you can view it on my page, you can view where I'm from. And I'm pretty transparent, bro. I'm transparent. You view everything of me in there. On my community, you view everything. So just go and watch, subscribe, and you see. And you can subscribe and unsubscribe if if you don't if you don't like my content, or if you don't like me, it's okay. But you just if you are very curious about where I'm from, you can get to view it there. I'm okay with it.
The situation. This
A
was
lot of
back in
the thing is, a lot of people ask me where I'm from, and I feel like I cannot tell millions of people where I'm from. If they, but I can if it's already actually on my page. Uh, you know.
2019. Noticed several distinct reasons. First, the persistent efforts by Cameroon to play down the crisis.
And thank you, man. Thank you for the sub.
To get too involved,
And
especially
like I say, if you don't like my content, if you don't like me, you can also unsubscribe. It's no problem. I'm okay with it. But yeah, I'm a transparent guy, so you get to view everything, and my subs are kind too. So now they are gone, but sometimes when they're on the chat, they're pretty they're helpful. They're cool to talk to, and so yeah, you're always welcome.
Cameroon, which neighbours several critically insecure states, as an essential partner in broader efforts to fight Islamist insurgents operating in northern Nigeria and across the Sahel region. Moreover, few want to criticise, let alone pressure, President Biya, especially France, which has long supported the regime and maintains essential economic and political interests in Cameroon. Even Britain's involvement has been relatively limited, despite its historical part in the story. Although Cameroon joined the Commonwealth in 1995, becoming the first territory not exclusively British ruled to do so, the UK involvement, restricting its interventions to statements of concern. Meanwhile, the conflict, which lacks the direct
Wait, let me read what you say. It's okay, bro. I think you are a chill guy. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I think you are a chill guy too, man. I appreciate that a lot, and I value you. You know what I mean? I value your comments, bro. Thank you for showing up. Thank God too that that finally I get some loving and dope people in my chat to have a conversation. So shout out to you. Shout out to you, bro.
great power interest and geopolitical significance of the conflicts in Ukraine.
And maybe in the near future, whatever you got going on, whatever interesting you got going on your channel, I'm willing to support. I'm there for you, bro.
The Middle East remains largely ignored by the international media. At the same time, the complexity of the conflict, coupled with the moral ambiguity of the situation, which has seen armed groups on both sides committing atrocity, makes it less appealing for Cameroon's harsh press restrictions and the difficulty and danger of getting into the conflict zone limit the opportunities for independent reporting. Finally, lacking large and well-organised interest groups, there's little incentive for the media to take a closer interest. Meanwhile, without sustained media attention, international public pressure remains weak, allowing the crisis to persist largely unnoticed. But what makes the situation particularly tragic is that it all seems so unnecessary.
I game sometimes. I'm a gamer. I like FIFA. I like Payday.
Unity.
I like Call of Duty.
Instead, the
I
issue
like
has been a
GTA too. So yeah, I'm a
better
gamer,
part of a
but
decade,
I like
ruling the
science.
question, of course, is
I don't
whether
know.
an
I'm a
acceptable solution
multitasker.
might yet be found with some more media attention.
But sometimes I like to concentrate on one thing. so that
I
I
hope you
could
found that
get to the
helpful.
next.
If so, here are some more videos.
But what do you like?
And see you in the next video.
You be right back in a few minutes. Be right back. I say guinea pig is in the chat. Shout out to you. Thanks for letting me know that you couldn't hear a thing. And but I say I had to text a friend of mine. I had to text a friend of mine real quick because he had to download Payday 3, and it was actually a while back that I asked him to download that game, and he finally was able to get it for free. So I'm like, hey, you are lucky because I never had the opportunity to get Payday 3 for free. But yeah, he was uh, he was willing to play with me, and soon. And some of you are not allowed to play it. I don't know how old all of you are, so I cannot even guess it. But I'll say it's a dope game, you know. Texting me about that, you know, willing to have to he wanted to play one day. The thing is, I've been I'm not seeking for anybody's approval. But if I have to recommend people something that is actually dope, something that is actually nice to do together, you know what I mean, and it doesn't have to be confrontational. Well, a Payday is a little bit confrontational because you are shooting and stuff, but it's a game. Again, it's a game. It's not. It will be crazy if it turns you like it turns you like into a maniac or whatever. No, it's that's sad because it's a game, and I've been playing. I've been. I don't know if you guys. I don't know if you guys are familiar of Soldier of Fortune. I've always been a fan of. I've always been a fan of. We can definitely play Guinea Pig, but what game? I wanted to say I've always been a fan of shooting games. And I used to play Soldier of Fortune when I was like, I think 17, 16. I can't remember. But yes, I was always like pretty much a huge fan of it. And yes, nowadays people are contacting me. Well, like again, I don't seek for no approval, but if you are willing to do something together and that is fun, then hey, let's do it. For sure, for sure. I'll turn my PlayStation on. See what we can do. And you're welcome back, Timothy. How you doing? Well, how is it? I'm having a tough time spelling or saying your last name or your surname. It's like Timothy Distura, is that your name? Timothy Distura or Distura? And you're welcome back, bro. I do. I usually play. I usually play poker on it. I think I'll play. I'll play GTA later. I'll play GTA later, but it's under the same name. Actually, it's under the same PlayStation name, and I'll play it later because now I just got a text from my friend who was willing to play Payday 3 with me, but he's about to go and cook a little bit, and maybe after an hour, then we'll have to do that game. But for now, I think I'm Fortnite. Guinea Pig just asked me to get on, and I'm on it. And I do have GTA, but maybe later at night. Right now it's it's payday, but they have to go and cook. So I'm gonna give them the opportunity to get some nutrition. And do you have Fortnite? I say, do you have Fortnite? Then I would say get your ass on, bro. If you have Fortnite, then we can do this. That is my. That's add me on my. And let's squad up, man. I'm about to play with Caddy or just one. Am I even saying it right? It's her name is Guinea Pig, but I'm calling her Catties. Catties. Shout out to Catties. If you wonder why I have a lady character, this is what Fortnite gave me. It's not what I decided to get. I think we can play later. No problem. Take your time, bro. don't pressure yourself. Don't pressure yourself to. And definitely, if you have better things to do, like school or whatever, then I'll advise you to do that instead. Come on, come. I'm about to get shot. I got killed. My homie, they say my homie already. I'm the only one who's watching you, bro. No, hey, appreciate that, man. For sure, for sure, for sure. Well, at the moment, I just got killed. So I'm watching one of one of the ladies in the chat. She's but she's killing it right now. She's doing her thing. Okay, okay. I'll try to do it. I can stream this on YouTube. Give me a second. You say you think I'm going to be great. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. But I am terrible at Fortnite. Bro. I am so terrible. Like at Fortnite, I'm the weakest. I mean, guinea pig can tell you. Uh, I am the weakest at this game. Somehow, I don't know. I don't know. Somehow, the last time I had like 3 kills. Yeah, I'm pretty much a noob in this game, but I do enjoy it. I finally figured a way to enjoy playing Fortnite, but strongest. But I'm the first. I'm the first who got killed, bro. Shout out to Guinea Pig. You can call. Okay. Get back on the game. I didn't know this was possible. He said I do play Fortnite, so we can play sometimes. But most definitely, bro. Most definitely. Maybe I can learn from you. Maybe like you just saw. I'm freaking terrible. It's good. Yeah, I already up here. Finding match in 14, 15 seconds. It's, I mean, 15 places is all right. Yeah, but we want the first spot, man. We want the first spot. We should. I'm the type of guy that is pretty much committed to certain games. I need to get at least at least a second spot. You know, want to learn everything so that I could get the first pass, so first place one day. I need to learn. I need to learn from the best, and I think you guys are pretty good at it. No problem. Hey, I'll see you next time, Mr. Once when and then and and then they started killing me. They were like, you are pretty good at this, and they started being very mean. You know. Yeah, I once ended in the second place, and I felt like it was almost impossible to even take the first part. But yeah, supposed to just have fun. You know, you don't have to. We don't always have to win. As long as you are having your doing, then I think you'll be good. Hey, I'll see you next time, Timothy. Thank you for showing up. For real. Is there? Let's see. You, you know what I think is dope? That bag that I got on. I don't know even if it's actually a bag. Just dope. That Godzilla shit. Jingle Katie. Katie's coming closer to me. God. Let's go. See? Squad up. We good. Hey. Did we even get him? My bad. I got 2 kills already. That's crazy. Definitely ate that. See, I did, just playing with a squad is way open. It's way fun. Yeah, I think I saw somebody. Um, 3 kills. Thanks to you. Thanks to you. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Lucky we made it. Yeah, get out now. we are doing pretty well actually. We are doing pretty well. Wait. No, no, no. I don't like shotguns. Oh shit. No shit. Hey, too quiet enough is way better, man. See, I'm learning. I'm learning. I feel like music's way better. Oh shit. Oh shit. How is it even possible for us? Hey, I, hey, I like, I. Better guns. You know what? Where you heading? I said, where you heading? Where you heading? Fuck. Where did I? GG's. I should have stayed with you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I say, do it for the team. Put it for the team, though. Say, put it on for the team. Show them what you got. There was two people. There was two people. Much respect. Much respect for what you did. Game will be five. Next game will be. Hey, I believe we can. We can easily reach that. Yeah. Twelve. You're dope. How long have you been playing this? I recently started, and as you can see, I'm just doing what I can. But how come I'm still? Oh, you probably on go level or whatever. The silver. I got I don't know. I received some silver badge or whatever. possible. I had to take a team. I just took one team. I took one team in one time. I took out one team in one time before they took me out. Dolo, and I felt like that had to happen. Luckily, dang, we should figure a name out. We should figure out how to call this squad name. There. One day I'll get the opportunity to get that Godzilla. Un momento. Let's go. Bank. I don't even know where I'm heading. Am I going back? I do not see anything. Is it me? Oh, I am. Oh, we'll be dead in a minute. Bye. Go real quick. I'll be right back. Be right back. That was fun. It was fun. It was definitely fun. Let's go get the money. Be right back. Be right back. I'll get on in a few